Just woke up after that late night game for Chelsea, and I can already see Madueke news to Arsenal is popping already. Let's get into today's video, people. Yes, people, welcome to another Chelsea transfer video, man. Keeping you guys up to date every single day, the latest Chelsea news. Yes, last night we uploaded for the review against Palmeiras at 4 AM, I think it was. Just woke up, seeing news on Mohammad Kudus, Madueke, Nkunku, and we've got Club World Cup numbers that we need to get into. So everyone that's tuning in, if you want to support me, please smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, tune in single day, comment down below your thoughts and opinions. Let me know where you're tuning in from, what time zone, what country, and thank you everyone that's been commenting in my last couple of videos. If you've got any questions that you want me to answer, or if you're interested in other people answering, please jot them in the comments ASAP. Help me get to 32,000 subscribers, and follow WorldWideChels on all platforms: TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, X, Snapchat, and Instagram. Go and check it out, people. So let's get to Madueke news straight away. For Arsenal, he is their main target, according to Fabrizio Romano on Instagram, that we got about 18 minutes ago, which was at 2:30 PM UK time. As we understand, Arsenal were interested in the likes of Rodrigo, Eze, and stuff, but realistically, let's be real, they weren't going to get any of those guys, okay? They're not that club, they're not winning trophies, they're not that big club that they used to be when Henry was at the club, alright? They're signing players like Madueke, and look, this guy is world class on his day. I'm gutted that he'll be leaving, but if we're getting 50-60 million pounds, you know, it'll hurt a little bit because it's got to be to a rival club. I would have wanted him to go overseas, but yeah, this guy is special, Arsenal fans. He's really, really special. He could be better than Saka on his day, maybe. What do you guys think in the comments, man? Let me know if you want him to stay or go. Arsenal have started to advance discussions on personal terms with Noni Madueke. That was 49 minutes, so that was around 2 PM UK time today as well from Fabrizio Romano. So it is fully going off right now. Madueke to Arsenal should be happening very soon. It probably will take a couple weeks, but in terms of personal terms, once we get that green light that yes, Arsenal will be able to get him, then it's up to the clubs to come out and decide. Now, later on in this video, I'll be discussing about one of my good friends, Bobby Fairview. He's been trying to project where we are with the numbers with Chelsea, and it doesn't look positive right now. Obviously, with the fine that we've had from UEFA as well, it hasn't helped. We have been winning games in the Club World Cup, and that's smoothened it a bit as well and reduced the issues, but we are still in a very difficult position, you know, judging from the numbers that I've been reading from my good friend. So we'll be getting into that very shortly. We have made around £61 million in the Club World Cup, which is great. I mean, Jamie Gittins, you know, João Pedro, you can say any of these transfers have been covered. Or you could say Delat plus, you know, the UEFA fine has been covered. However you want to say it, that's what we can say. So, what we're hearing as well, Christopher Nkunku, around 35 million is only needed. But I've been seeing him play for Chelsea recently. You know, if someone was to leave, I didn't expect them to be featuring as much. Nkunku has been playing. João Felix hasn't been in the squad, of course, and he should be leaving very soon. So I thought maybe Nkunku would be the same situation, but clearly not. Been quoted £35 million to be leaving for Manchester United. Let me know in the comments down below if if you're happy with that fee. I mean, someone that's been not rated, not interested in playing for Chelsea either. 35 million. How much are we signing for? Around that fee as well, maybe just a bit more. I think it's a decent fee, but I think to another rival club in the Premier League, we should be trying to get as much more as possible, even with add-ons. You know, we rinsed them with Mason Mount, as you guys know. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting one. And Mohammad Kudus, we do have news on him as well. We've got a very good source in around West Ham, ex-West Ham employee, via West Ham Central. West Ham are confident that Chelsea will submit a better offer than Spurs for Mohammad Kudus. West Ham would also prefer he goes to Chelsea over Spurs. Obviously, West Ham's level is against Spurs, and Spurs' level against West Ham, obviously. So, I mean, they've got Arsenal near them as well, if you're being real. Chelsea on a different level. Mohammad Kudus is someone that I definitely want over Madueke. I can tell you that for sure. Can play multiple positions, as I've been saying in my previous videos, left side, right side, in the middle, and has played in the Premier League for quite a long time now with West Ham. So yeah, we want to see him in the Champions League. Some people don't rate him. His goal contributions hasn't been as high as possible, but I feel like he could add a lot more to the team and get the best out of the players around him. I think him, Cole Palmer, João Pedro, Gittins, They can link up very, very well. It will be a promising season. I'm not going to say it's a title winning, challenging team, but it's something that we can definitely be in top four for sure, and we need to push on from there 100%. I do want to say João Pedro, it was a fantastic debut for Chelsea. I was very, very impressed with the player. As I said in my review, his link-up play, his strength, his passion, his pressing, couple shots as well. You know, some of them didn't pull off well. Some of them one great save. Looked a lot more comfortable than Delap. And I'll echo it again, what I said. You know, Hasselbank spoke on Jonathan Mikel's podcast where he compared Osherman to Jackson. That Jackson does all the work that we saw Pedro do throughout the season. Like Pedro done last night, Jackson has done it throughout the season that we've been watching. He just hasn't been scoring his goals, which is what a striker's needed. But you might say Delap, Osherman might get those goals if given those chances. But what we're trying to say is that what Jackson does, we're not seeing it with Delap at the moment, clearly. And I know it's only a few games, but he's not featuring in any of the, play. He's not involved as much, and we can see him fouling a lot. And yeah, we want someone that's passionate about, trying to get the ball back and that. But it kind of reminds me of, who was it? We had strikers in the past where they're not featuring a lot, and they just want those one or two chances to score, and it's like we're playing with 10 men. That's honestly the truth. So when I see Jackson play, we're basically trying to say what Nini FC, Blue Line TV saying. João Pedro is looking like the better version of Jackson. Sorry for that. So it's like, are we going to be selling Jackson as well? Are we going to be playing two up front, or are we going to have plan A, plan B where João Pedro can play there with Delap playing in another game? That is something to keep an eye out for sure. So earlier in the video I was talking about where we are with the finances. I want to be putting up here, we've got Bobby Fairview talking about final updated cash position projection. So this is including the UEFA fine that we recently got in the last 24 hours. Starting position 116 million, transfer fees paid just under 280 million, fees received 189.8, operating loss running at the last season's run rate at 200 million, UCL revenue and the Club World Cup revenue finalist 70 million, investment from Chelsea women 13 million, including the fine we're looking at around 64 million. What I'm very, very interested to see, bro, is the numbers for the transfer fees and received, plus the operating loss in terms of where we're looking at for the backup for that. I'm sure you've got that noted down somewhere. But it'll be very, very good to see. Obviously, this is an overview for you guys to understand what we're currently looking at with the outgoings. We need a lot more outgoings, in my opinion. Just under 200 million is probably not enough. We've got at least 12 players that could be sold ASAP this season, and I expect a lot more outgoings. We're looking at the loss of Modric as well, where we're not going to be getting anything out of him, and in fact, where we'll be suing anything around his contract about something that it's not the same situation as Mutu, of course, because obviously Mutu for Chelsea back in the days, we're talking 20 years ago, was a different scenario. But today's world, I don't really have any luck or surprise. I'm not basically surprised with anything that comes out nowadays with football clubs. They'll get what's best for them, and they'll put you down if needed. So that's something to keep an eye out for sure. Maybe it might not be immediately, it might be in a few years or something, because Mutu's one was like 10 years later, I think it was as well. So yeah, very, very interesting to see what happens. Bobby Fairview also said UCL revenue is net of expenses. When I update the next cash flow, I'll relabel those items. So we'll keep it out on that for sure. That's very, very good to know, to try and understand where we are from the start, because all we see right now is we're buying and selling. And how are Chelsea doing that? Because if UEFA are finding us, obviously we're getting away with PSR. Premier League are cool with it, the Premier League clubs are cool with it, because clearly Villa tried to do the same. And if there's loopholes to be hit, perfect. But UEFA are making it very difficult right now. So we'll end it with Andre Santos. I didn't really speak too much on him today's game. Won the most duels and most tackles in the match. I'll be brutally honest with you, it was a good performance, but there were times where he was out of position. I did think he was beaten quite a lot of times, but he did track back. He did make those interceptions that you see from Kante and Caicedo. I'm not gonna fully gas up his performance like he was a world class player that day. Like, that's honestly not me. You can understand the mentality and preparation for him, where he just got told that he'll be starting because Reece James was picked up from injury. You know, he should have been starting that game regardless. We want Reece James on the right, but Gusto got his first goal. I'm gonna give him that first goal, by the way, guys. But yeah, that's everything from me, guys. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe, hit the notification, tune in every single day, comment down below thoughts and opinions. Big up Alfred, Sindri, and the whole gang, the WorldWideChels group. Andreas, big up to you, bro. Keep doing your content as well. YouTube, I'm seeing you grinding every single day, 2-3 a day. Absolutely amazing. I promise you, you're gonna keep blowing, bro, if you keep doing that. Very big fan of your type of videos. So big up to him, man, and we'll catch you guys soon. WorldWideChels, I'm out. Peace.